Welcome to this new video on Forza Horizon 6, where I'm bringing you some gameplay with the new Lancia 037, a car you can unlock for free through the festival playlist. It unlocks at 20 seasonal points between July 30 and August 6, 2026. Between July 30 and August 6. I recommend you unlock this car for two reasons. First, because in my opinion, performance-wise, it's going to be a pretty nice car. At least, that was the case in the other Forza games where you could unlock this car. Every time, it was very OP. And since in Horizon 6 the game favors small, lightweight race cars, well, this one fits right in, so it should be pretty nice. And worst case, if you unlock the car and you don't like it, since it's a bit of a legendary car with a lot of stories and myths around it, it's still pretty cool. It's a car that's pretty well liked by the Forza community. If you unlock it and don't like it, you can probably resell it easily for 20 million credits in the auction house. So, at worst, you'll just have unlocked it. A big sum of money and you'll have, let's say, made your playtime a bit more worthwhile. So here, the car is completely stock. I haven't really tested the car yet, so let's see together how it performs. We're in B class, with a performance index of 555. We're dealing with a car that's really extremely rally-oriented. That's why, for a little while now, I've been doing a bit of gameplay on dirt. By the way, this car wasn't originally called the Lancia 037. When Lancia first developed and released it, it was called the Lancia Rally, except that 037 was, let's say, the internal code name for this car at Lancia. That name was used so much by the general public and became so popular under that name that it kind of became its second official name, hence the name Lancia Stradale 037. We're discussing a rally car, but it's not four-wheel drive. At the time when this car came out, rallying was still rear-wheel drive, especially in the big categories like Group B. And this car is the last one that managed to win the WRC. So with Group B and everything that comes with it, using rear-wheel drive. After this car, well, all the cars that won the manufacturer's championship were four-wheel drive cars. So it was, let's say, quite an achievement, because at the time, already, when this car managed to get, I think it was in '83, the last manufacturer's win with rear-wheel drive, there were already four-wheel drive cars competing against it at the time, especially the famous Audi Quattro. So it was still pretty cool. It was a very good rally car. As for the engine, it's not super powerful in this version because this one is the road version. It's not the version, let's say, really improved for rallying. We're talking about a car with 200 horsepower with a 2-liter 4-cylinder engine. It actually has a unique feature, because at the time, when most car manufacturers were putting turbos on their engines to increase torque and power, Lancia made a slightly different choice, since this car doesn't have a turbo, but it has a supercharger. A choice that Lancia made in the 70s and 80s simply because a supercharger, the advantage is that even if it gives a bit less torque, a bit less extra power, there's no lag when you accelerate. Unlike a turbo, where back in the 80s there was a lot of turbo lag. You accelerate really hard, but suddenly it made driving the cars a little, let's say, unpredictable. Here, since there was zero lag with the supercharger, well, you could easily, or at least more easily than with the turbos of that time, predict the car's behavior, especially in corners. Overall, it made the car easy to handle. So it's got 200 horsepower from a supercharged 4-cylinder engine, and it weighs just 1,100 kilos, because the car is especially light. A relatively light weight that Lancia managed to achieve by using a lot of pretty incredible materials for the time. Carbon fiber, fiberglass, Kevlar. Materials that, well, in the 1980s weren't especially common in the automotive world. So that allowed this car to be very light, and it also made its exterior panels, let's say, easily interchangeable and easily repairable between two rally stages. When a car got a little dented or damaged, well, it could be repaired much faster than what the competition was still doing at the time with more traditional bodywork. The car does 0 to 106 seconds, and the top speed is almost 250, I think, on Forza Horizon. It's a bit over the top. Well, it's a bit over the top. Overall, the car is really cool to drive so far, both on dirt and on pavement. It has good acceleration. You can feel that it's a car that's pretty, how should I put it? I actually like this kind of car to drive on Forza Horizon 6 because you can really feel at the wheel, you can really feel the rear end, actually, when you start taking a turn. Whether you're sliding or not, it's pretty easy to tell exactly where the car is. And that's not something that happens often with cars this light, and it's true that here, well, I think you tend to know in advance what's going to happen in a turn with the car, which makes it, yeah, pretty instinctive to drive. You know what's going to happen in the next corners, and that's actually pretty cool. The car is a bit drifty, kind of fun to drive. The engine, it's true that it really delivers. The car brakes well. The car has really good grip. You can feel that the car has been balanced for rallying. So it's true that here, on these small dirt roads like this, it's a real treat because you can really switch between grippy driving and sliding super easily without getting caught out by the car. So it's true that it's very, very cool to drive. Probably even more so at the wheel, sorry. You don't feel the car's behavior as well with a controller, but it's still a real treat. We'll see what the upgrades and settings do later. On the performance side, but honestly, it's a real treat. If there were only cars like this in Rally in the game, I think everyone would enjoy rallying, you know? It's really pretty nice. For your information, I actually forgot to mention an anecdote about this car. It's a car that's actually very rare, because back then, Lancia, under the Group B rules, in order to participate, the car you entered in Rally as a manufacturer had to have been produced in at least 200 units for real. And what a lot of brands did back then, actually, is that instead of adapting cars that already existed on the road to make them race cars, they did the opposite, actually. They created a race car that was, let's say, really competitive in rallying, really designed for that from A to Z. And then, actually, they made a version, let's say, a little bit different for the road, simply so they could produce 200 units and so that their car could then be homologated in the Group B category. And that's what Lancia did at the time. They developed this car really for rally. They then made the Stradale version, which is the version we have here, which is the road version. They made 207 units so they could then participate in Group B, which means that this car, in the end, is extremely rare and it's extremely expensive. So it's a car, unfortunately, that we will have very little chance of seeing in real life, I think. In any case, overall in its original state, I find it extremely satisfying to drive. If you get the chance to test it behind the wheel and you enjoy driving with a wheel in Forza Horizon, I think you'll probably really like how it feels. Alright, let's see now if we have some nice upgrades, because this car, it's true that it does have this flaw in Forza Horizon since it's a race car actually, not a race car. So it's already a pretty high performance car to begin with. Often, it's not a car you can upgrade much. But here, I think we're going to be able to have some fun with it. There are more swap options than in Forza Horizon 5. It seems to me that in Horizon 5, we only had the Rally Turbo, and maybe this engine as well. I don't think we had the rest. So here, we should be able to make something pretty wild. To make it all-wheel drive, maybe we'll do that later. The thing is, the car was really designed to be customized a bit. But yeah, right away, it's nice to open a customization menu in the game, even if these aren't, let's say, radical parts. Even if it doesn't completely change the look of the car. Just having a little bit of choice, even if it's just having, let's say, 2 or 3 different front bumper options, that already feels, it feels pretty nice. Okay, so now we'll be able to customize it a bit. I think we'll probably set it up in rally mode. Let's take a look at everything that's available. The back also has several options, including the small spare wheel. Alright, we can remove the wings. That looks odd. It seems like a car from BeamNG. After that, we have the adjustable wing like in Forza. Okay, actually, I think here we can put the Group B kit. Yeah, that's cool what they did. Not sure if that was already in Forza Horizon 5. It's possible that it was. But still, it's nice to be able to do that. Yeah, that's it. We can use the Group B kit. So that's pretty cool. It doesn't change everything. You see, what I mean is, it's not. There are obviously cars with more customization than this, but there are also so many cars with less. So in the end, when you can have even just a little, 2 or 3 little body options to modify the car a bit, right away, I think it's just enjoyable, plain and simple. On top of that, the car is going to be pretty impressive. I think we're going to have a bit of fun with it, honestly. Right now, we're easily getting up to 500 horsepower with a nice little sound. In my opinion, the car is going to move up into the S1 class pretty easily. Potentially a really overpowered car, actually. In fact, the car almost moves up to S2 category if you put slicks on it. Afterwards, I admit that my plan for the car is actually to turn it into a rally car. Actually, we have 2 types of rally tires because, basically, the car already has rally tires on it, but they're not the same kind of rally tires. So, we're still going to put on the rally tires, let's say Forza ones, which are normally a bit better. Dude, your car is really high in the performance index. For a car that's not very powerful, this takes us to S2 class. Earlier, We said this would likely make a good little car. I think this should be pretty nice. So here, I put it at the top of A-class. So, well, we don't have the 400 horsepower anymore. We have 270 horsepower for 1,000 kilos, but with the car fully equipped for racing for the rest of the parts. So, I think it should still be pretty nice to drive. So here, we started a trial. So, we're going to have a trial. So, we're going to have a little bit of driving on asphalt and then normally some dirt. That way, we can get more out of the rally tires. So for now, it's a bit harder to drive. We'll have to get used to it. You can tell it's lighter. Actually, that's the thing. What I liked about it originally, as I was saying earlier, is that I liked the feeling of sensing the rear of the car and really feeling the angle it's about to take, let's say, right from the start of the turn. I feel like we've lost that feeling a little bit. But at the same time, we have a car that's much more responsive too. You see, as soon as I turn the wheel a little, it reacts right away. The engine is cool, right? The sound it makes. Wow, it's different, isn't it? It's different to drive. It feels lighter and smoother, but also a bit weird. It's more fun performance-wise. It's more thrilling because the car is even more responsive. It's got more power and everything you could want. But it's true that, yeah, the feel is really different. It's so good. At the same time, it's quite a handful to drive. You know, it's pretty fun. This is the kind of car that feels daring to try with the controller. Even in the 80s with Group B and all, they were impressive and things were wild. You see cars like that, 200 horsepower for 1,100 kilos. It was incredible. Now, in 2026, well, it's not very impressive anymore. And of course we can. We can say that, well, there's not much point in driving them on Forza Horizon 6 when you're playing on a controller, because you don't really get the full feeling of the car. But that, on the other hand, it's true that this is exactly the kind of car to drive with a steering wheel, which actually makes you rediscover Forza Horizon 6 a little bit. It's true that driving with a controller and driving with a steering wheel has always been like that in the Forza games. They're really two different worlds. Maybe you're faster with a controller, but with a steering wheel, it's the same for all cars. How can I put it? With a steering wheel, all the cars are much more interesting. Obviously, because you really feel much more of the different flaws, the different qualities, all the little details of how they drive. Things that are obviously a bit, let's say, more muted on a controller. With a controller, you drive by sight. That's the main difference. With a controller, you react to what you see while driving. With a steering wheel, you react to what you feel while driving. And as a result, it definitely gives driving a completely different feel. And well, it's really cool. I don't know if we're going to manage to win. It's true now that I'm on a wheel, I've bumped up the difficulty a bit. I played on skilled with the steering wheel and on expert with the controller when the game came out. And now, I'm on expert with the controller and expert with the steering wheel. And I see that we're not doing so badly with this car. We're not far from the podium. So, I tend to say that I think the car is actually pretty good. If I'm doing this well with the steering wheel, then in my opinion with the controller, you'll do great with it. So there you go. Almost made it to the podium. The car is really cool to drive. Now, let's see what we can do with swaps. We'll look at the different possibilities. I think we're going to have to make it all-wheel drive, unfortunately, because we're going to reach such crazy power levels that it just won't be manageable otherwise. Maybe we won't even use it for rally. We'll see about that. But maybe we'll set it up more for, let's say, traditional asphalt track mode to see how it performs. The car is almost in R class already. And we haven't even finished upgrading it yet. By the way, I think if we put on slick tires, we'll move up to R. In my opinion. Click, we move up to R indeed, with 700 horsepower for 1,000 kilos. It's insane. The acceleration is extremely violent, and it's the same off the line and under braking. Okay, so we have this swap here, the racing V8 that comes from I don't know which car. It has 700 horsepower for 1,000 kilos, which is impressive, plus a 4.5-liter V8, which is a Ferrari V8 in my opinion, if I'm not mistaken. It must come from the 458 or something like that. If I recall, that engine can make nearly 900 horsepower. We're definitely in for something wild here. You know. There you go. We're moving back up to the R category. 860 horsepower. 915 horsepower. I think in terms of base rally cars, It's one of the highest performance indexes we've had in the game, actually. I changed my mind. We're still rallying in a 900 horsepower four-wheel drive car weighing 1,000 kilos, but I wish I could accelerate. Why isn't anything happening? I don't get it. Well, I don't know. Maybe it's my controller that made the game glitch out. Whoa. Okay, alright. Now, this is going to be another level. But now, the car has become really vague to drive. I mean, when I turn the wheel, I don't know, there's like a kind of lag. Not even lag, but nothing is stopping it. So it's hard for me to understand. Whoa. What's the car gonna be like? Okay, because this is going to be something crazy. This time, for real. The acceleration is really intense. Well, at the same time, 900 horsepower, 1,000 kilos. With four-wheel drive, you can deliver a lot of power to the ground. And on top of that, we have an engine that revs almost to 10,000 RPM, so it's true that it's pretty satisfying. Honestly, you get used to it, it's fine. The car is still manageable. Even if it's a bit nightmarish at every turn. It's kind of a nightmare. Damn though, its braking is pretty satisfying and it's both weird and scary to drive at the same time. Actually, the car's whole cornering behavior, like in the lower classes, well, you manage it with the brakes and with the steering, you know. But here, really, to get the car to grip again, you have to give it power, you know? It's kind of weird. It's a bit counterintuitive. But once you get the hang of it, it's fine. You can still make up a few spots little by little. It's intense to drive. I don't know if I've ever driven anything this intense for you behind the wheel and rally on Forza Horizon 6. It's pretty fun, so I still recommend unlocking it. It has the upgrades you need and some customization options. It's a bit of a legendary car. Fun to drive in any category, in my opinion. There's always a way to enjoy it. Go unlock it now. It only takes 20 minutes in the festival section. Like this video, subscribe for more, and follow me on Twitch for live streams. Use Prime to support my channel. Remember, the streaming link to my channel is in the video description. And in the top comment, you'll find a link that lets you buy your games for less, while giving a little support to my channel. We'll stop here. See you soon for a new video. Bye.